So please read it from the group.
Our classes started with peace mantra, not related to any religion. That is Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahabiriyam Karvavahi, Tejasina Badhitamastu, Ma Vidvisa Bahe, Om Santi Santi Santi. This meaning is Om, may we all be protected, may we all be nourished, may we work together with great energy, may our intellect be sharpened, let there be no animosity amongst us. Then Om, peace, peace, peace.
Beautiful.
That is the meaning of this peace mantra. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now I am requesting Rosemall, please you introduce our institute.
Yes, sir, sure. Let me share my screen. Sir, please enable screen sharing.
Okay. Now you can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir, but I'm just checking on this slideshow. This you can close this window. So. Is this visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay.
Clearly.
Okay.
You
So
can read from here, no problem.
Okay, sir. 1 second. So good evening and welcome to 2-month online course, online certificate course on applied psychometrics. And now we are going to see about the institute. This is Rabindrick Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust. And more about the institute, Rabindrick Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust, RPRIT, was established on 1st July 2018. And Dr. Dabdalal Datta Roy is the founder president. Trust is educational by nature and it mainly carry out research in academic field and to promote the study and dissemination of knowledge of Rabindrick psychotherapy based on the works of Rabindranath Tagore for the welfare of the community. And currently, this institute has more than 200 certified students and is engaged in dissemination of knowledge through academic courses, seminars, and workshops. And RPRIT is managed by Academic Council consisting of senior professors, college principals. RPRIT has 2 broad wings: research methodology, statistics, psychometrics, and psychotherapies. RPRIT has conducted more than 100 workshops and now it is regularly conducting sessions on applied statistics, test questionnaire construction, data analysis using R and SPSS. In the institute, there are few ongoing skill development certification courses like story therapy, drawing therapy, dance therapy, educational dance for children, profile matching based on career counseling, etc. And besides that, RPRIT provides course on forensic psychology, environmental psychology. And Trust is also involved in organizing internships for research enthusiasts. So if you're interested, you can always join. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemall. Please, you, there is some printing mistake in my name. It is DEB, right?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry.
DEB.
Okay.
Okay. So now I am requesting all of you, please do introduce yourself and your interest specifically for joining this course. So may I request Ashma? Ashma, please do introduce yourself. Ashma, are you here?
Yes, sir, I am here. I am unable to unmute myself. Oh, so my name is Ashna Sharma. I am currently pursuing MA Clinical Psychology from Amity University, Noida. And I joined this course because I have a keen interest in research and applied psychology, applied psychometrics. I've initially joined like first batch of, but due to some family reasons, I couldn't continue that. That's why again I joined this session and just looking forward to learn through this course.
Thank you, Ashna. Okay, next is Ayushi.
Yeah. Hello, sir, and hello, everyone. I am Ayushi Keshri from Delhi, and I've completed my master's in clinical psychology from MIT University, Noida. And I've joined this course because I've always been keen about knowing about applied psychometrics and research. So, yes, I would like to learn more from the course. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayushi. Now, Anindita, please introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Anindita. I am from Chennai. I've completed my post-graduation in counseling psychology from Madras School of Social Work. I am currently an assistant professor of psychology in Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shasan Jain College, again in Chennai. I am also an SFBT practitioner. And from this course, I hope to learn more about the nuances in constructing a tool and also in standardizing the tool, because I think it is time that we as Indians contributed to the research fraternity in regards to tools as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So, okay, Kavita Singh.
Hello, I'm Kavita Singh. I've done my master's in clinical psychology from Gujarat University. Currently, I'm pursuing my post-graduation diploma in counseling. I've worked at a school as a shadow teacher and have worked part-time with a foundation named Meridum Foundation. And I'm keen on learning more about psychometrics. I have done internship in psychometric construction learning, but I want to learn more about it. That is why I've joined this course.
Thank you, Kavita. So requesting Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Mona Lisa Patnaik. I am basically from Cuttack, Odisha. I am the regular student of Ravindrik Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust. Now I am pursuing my PhD in management at KL University, Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Currently, I have also completed 2 months online certificate course on applied psychometrics level 1 from RPRIT. It was a really excellent course, and I have the great learning experience. There was
What
a
happened?
2 months course. First month is November was for learning theories and December was for practicum. I learned many new knowledge I want to learn more advanced knowledge in this course. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mona Lisa.
Thank you, sir.
Now I am requesting Jaya Lakshmi, please.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jay Lakshmi here. I've done my master's in social work and post-graduation in counseling psychology. I'm also working as a practicing psychotherapist with IIH's Indian Institute of Human Settlement, based out of Bangalore. And I'm looking forward to doing this course mainly because when we did our masters in social work as well as in counseling psychology, there wasn't any intense training in psychometrics. So I'm looking forward to focusing on that part. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaya. Mithu Mondol, please. Mithu Mondol, please. Okay. Rekha Rani.
Yes, yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Dr. Rekha Rani, and presently I'm teaching at Bhimrao Ambedkar College, University of Delhi. So my purpose is to join this course to just revise the things, or I have joined like a refresher course I'm getting in the psychometrics.
Oh, thank you. Mithu Mondol, please introduce yourself. Mithu, are you here? Okay, Dr. Mishes Renu Bala.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Mishes Renu Bala, please.
Yeah. Myself, Dr. Renu Bala. I'm working in Hisar, Haryana as a psychologist, as a hospital administrator as well. And this course is just a refreshing course for me because since long back I had done my PhD. So it's just a refreshing course.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Mithu, are you okay now? Mithu Mondol, are you okay? Sudhir Warrior, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I work for Reliance Jio. I'm part of the capability development team there, and human capital management. There's a lot of psychometric testing that we do. So my objective in doing this course is to understand tool development and standardization better, and to develop customized tools for in-house requirements.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That is basically my purpose also. That is good. So now Anusri and Rosmal. Anusri, please do introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Anusri Basu. I completed my master's from Calcutta University, and I also done my applied psychometric course. That was the prior course in this RPRIT, and it was an excellent opportunity and the experience. Now I am going to be the academic assistant of this current course, and looking forward to it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anusri. Now Rosmal.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosmal Thambi and I'm basically from Kerala, and I've completed my master's in psychology from Mananmaniam Sundaranari University, Tamil Nadu. And I'm looking forward to do a PhD in personality psychology is my area of interest. And I was working as a consultant psychologist in Chennai. So I'm here at Rabindra to add more skills to my career. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rosmal. So Anusri Basu and Rosmal Thambi, they are the academic assistant for this particular course. So if you have any type of problem, you always consult with them. So I am requesting Anusri, please you tell about the course and the syllabus, rules and regulations, etc.
Yes, sir, please enable me to share my screen.
Yeah, you can share.
Okay.
Anusri, please share the screen.
Sir, is it visible?
No.
Now?
No, Anusri.
What's the problem? Sir, is it visible now?
No. At least I cannot see. I do not know whether others can.
Can anyone see?
No, Anusri,
No,
it is
no, sir.
What's happening?
Yeah, now it is coming.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Please go through the course details and syllabus. This is the paper 1, that is Introduction to Applied Psychometrics. And this is Psychometrics for Psychiatry, Forensic, Health Behavior, Organizational Behavior, and Academic Achievement. And the keywords of the Applied Psychometrics. In the theory section, there will be the discussion and the explanations of all of these topics.
Yeah, Anusri got
Sir,
anything wrong?
Sir, is it visible?
no.
It's gone. Okay.
What's going on? Sir, is it?
Yes, it is visual.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is coming.
Okay. The practicum 1, there is clinical psychometrics, and the details is describing item characteristics of one clinical psychological test and uses. And the practicum, in the practicum, you will learn the computation of it. In the paper 2, there is characteristics of good psychological test. The scales of measurement, variables, construct, concept, theory, and items, direct and indirect observation, item difficulty, item discrimination, item validity, item characteristics, curve. In the practicum 2, there is item analysis, item statistics of environmental attitude questionnaire, and you will learn the computation. In the paper 3, there is reliability testing, theories, types, uses, test, retest, alternative, internal consistency, factors affecting reliability, discussion and explanation. And practicum 3, there is test, retest, reliability, assessing test, retest, reliability of Ravindric value questionnaire and the computation of it. In the paper 4, there is validity techniques and assessment, content, predictive, construct, and differential validity. In the practicum 4, there is differential validity, assessing differential validity of psychological test and the computation of it. In the paper 5, there is norm estimation, test standardization, norm, subjectivity, objectivity, discussion and explanation. In the practicum 5, there is case classification, classification of cases by norm estimation and its computation. There is the rules and regulations for this particular course. Please go through it. 75% of attendance must. Assignment must be submitted within time. Assignment completion is necessary for receiving course completion certificate. Otherwise, you will receive the participation certificate. The final assessment, appearing for final assessment examination is must for receiving certificate along with mark sheet. The marks distribution is, there is 80 marks for written and there is 20 marks for assignment.
Okay. Thank you, Nusri, for covering the syllabus
Hello.
and the rules. Dear participants, have you understood? If you have any question, you can ask me. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, so it is clear to me. Thank you. Now, today we will learn the basic thing, that is Introduction to Applied Psychometrics. Usually we follow the interaction method. Therefore, it will not be a simple PPT presentation. Rather, it will be more interaction. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me that is, what is the difference between psychology and applied psychology? Is applied psychology important despite of the psychology? Psychology is there. Sometimes it is called the pure psychology. But psychology cannot be pure, but whatever might be, that is another area, that is applied psychology. Is applied psychology important?
So may I?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So we focus more on the applying these principles and theories of psychology in the fields such as organizational psychology or industrial psychology, clinical psychology, counseling settings, some other in some other areas. Basically, we focus on in applied psychology on applying these principles and theories in dealing with the real life problems.
Thank you. Very nicely you have told. Any other? Can anybody tell me why applied psychology is important? Does applied psychology help psychology?
Can I?
Sure.
So basically, the psychology, when we talk about psychology, is more of a theoretical basis. And when we talk about applied psychology, it is both basically about the practical knowledge of how to develop assessments, how to conduct different assessments, what is the reliability, validity, and how a test is constructed. So this is what we talk about in applied psychology. And basically, without applied psychology, we cannot get to know about how to diagnose a problem. So this is why we use it.
Okay, thank you, Arshi. Any other? Any other? Can anybody say how applied psychology help psychology? Is it just application of psychology in different area, or it is something more?
Can I, sir?
Sure.
In my understanding, what I understand about the difference between psychology and applied psychology is that psychology gives us a basic understanding of human behavior and essentially theories upon why we do what we do. And applied psychology helps us apply this understanding to the various settings as mentioned before. And I think applied psychology contributes to the real life implementation of psychological theories, and therefore it helps us understand and quantify these theories much better.
Okay, very nicely you have told. Okay. Achha, what Nahana is writing something. Anusri, please you check. Nahana has written something in the chat box. I do not know what is this. Okay, one example. I am helping you in applied psychology, especially in organizational context. Very useful study is job satisfaction. Okay. But can you tell me that is what is the root in psychology for the job satisfaction? Which theory guides basically the job satisfaction theories in organizational psychology?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, so that is the need theory.
So may I?
Sure, sure.
So the satisfaction or particularly diner work in the area of satisfaction.
No, diner okay. Diner very recent concept. No, the thing is that need theory. Need theory, that is the root
Maslow
for
theory.
job satisfaction. Maslow's need hierarchy theory, that is the basic. Okay, that means there is some basic concept. Okay, now another area I like to add you. Health efficacy. I think you have heard the word health efficacy. So this health efficacy, that is basically the applied psychological construct. So what is the root of health efficacy in psychology? Have you ever heard the word efficacy? Have you heard the word self-efficacy?
Yes, sir.
So self-efficacy, that is also applied psychological construct. So what is the root in psychology of the self-efficacy concept? Is self-efficacy personality? Is self-efficacy is intelligence? Is self-efficacy self-esteem? What is this? Yes,
So
Jaya,
may
please.
Yeah.
Sure.
According to my understanding, it's something, the attitudes of a person that he applies to a particular situation. I'm not sure if I'm right.
Okay, thank you. Jaya, no, it is not the attitude, but you are very close to the that particular construct. That is the social psychological construct.
Yes.
Can anybody tell? Yes.
Can I try? Okay.
Sure, sure.
It's our belief, our internal belief about
Very
our
good,
ability.
very good.
Our
Thank
ability.
you. Thank you. So it is rooted from belief system. Okay. Belief, BELIEF. Self-efficacy is basically it is rooted from belief system, belief, theories of belief. So now I think you can understand the difference between psychology and applied psychology and how applied psychology helps psychology. Okay, another word is very, I think now you can easily relate. Depression. Depression is rooted from
Mood.
Mood, affect, emotion. Very good. That means applied psychology has own psychological construct. And that construct is basically the contextual. Why? Because there is a crisis in explaining some psychological problems in the context. If you have any problem, please you ask me, whether it is clear to you or not. Applied psychology has own construct. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Sure, Roman.
Yeah, just I got the link now, so I'm not understand what is psychology and what is applied psychology. Would you brief shortly just tell me? Sorry.
Okay. So what is psychology? Can anybody tell me?
Study of human mind.
Study of human mind. Very good. Or it is study of behavior.
Yes, sir, we can say it is. It comes from two Greek words. Psycho means mind, and logos means study of the mind and human behavior.
But sometimes people are telling that it is the study of behavior. Whether they are wrong?
No, sir, they are not wrong.
So which will be correct? Study of mind or study of behavior?
I think it contains both human and animal behavior and mental processes, I think.
Okay. Now, when we are talking about the study, what do you mean by the study? What do you mean by the word study? Study means?
Gain an understanding of.
Okay. Understanding of?
In this context, the mind and behavior of human beings.
Yeah, behavior basically our surface trait. Okay. And mind is our latent trait. Understand, Ayushi? When we are talking about, basically, we are predicting, right, change in our mental function based upon the behavior. So behavior is surface trait, but actually we are studying the latent trait. In psychology, the most difficult issue is to explore the latent phenomena. Is it clear or any question?
Yeah, but we can measure some aspects, is that not?
Sorry, Roman, I cannot follow. What are you telling? Or you can write down in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. Okay. Now, likewise, when we are talking about the psychometrics, okay, it is not the psychometry. Psychometry is usually used in case of the parapsychology. But psychometrics, it is the science of mental measurement. So when we are talking about the applied psychometrics, then it will be the science of mental measurement in specific context. That means, as applied psychometrician, you can contribute new theory to the psychology community. Okay? As applied psychometrician, you can construct the items for your psychological instrument in order to solve some problems. For example, when we are studying educational achievement test, or when we are dealing with only the achievement test, so that is basically contextual, context specific. Okay. Now the third function, as applied psychometrician, you can assess the reliability and validity of the psychological construct. Next, as applied psychometrician, you can assess the item characteristics, the reliability and validity of the existing psychological instrument. Okay. So are you okay now? Finding out the difference between psychometrics and applied psychometrics? If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, thank you. So it is clear to all of you. Okay, very good. Now, tell me, have you ever used any psychological instrument in case of clinical psychological issues?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which test?
Sir, I have used a lot of tests, basically for depression and anxiety, and then for children as well. I have used many.
So you have used the BDI, right?
Yes, sir. I have used Hamilton Anxiety Scale, HAD.
Hamilton Anxiety Rating Scale, HARS. Very good. Hamilton Depression Scale also there,
Yes,
HDRS. And the Big Depression Scale is there, BDI. That is also there, Big Depression Inventory, maybe I do just remember. Okay, so you have the idea about the application of psychometrics in clinical area. Okay, now, is there anyone who can say that is you have applied psychometrics in industrial field, in selection, training, placement, etc.?
Yeah, we do use personality assessment for hiring and for succession planning.
For succession planning, right? Okay. Any other?
Also, for career counseling, I've also used some of the tests.
Career counseling, very true. Career counseling. Okay. Succession planning, career counseling. Any other? Okay. Now, have you ever applied psychology in educational psychology area or school psychology area?
Yes, for children, so we can use a test like ISA and different tests to diagnose the educational problems in children.
Educational?
Educational problems like SLD or any other learning disability.
Oh, good, Ayushi, you have a lot of knowledge. Very good. You know the clinical as well as educational, very good. So have you ever used any psychological instrument in health psychology? No. Okay. In forensic psychology? No. In environmental psychology? Okay, you have no idea. Achha, now Rosenberg self-esteem scale for school children. Oh, very good. Yes, Roman, thank you. Rosenberg self-esteem scale you have used for the speaking. Very good. Now, if you have any question, you can tell me.
Sir, Dr. Lalita have an answer in the chat box.
Whatever I have, yes, whatever I have discussed. So if you okay, now I am coming to the keywords of applied psychometrics. This is very, very important because you should have sufficient knowledge about the keywords. Yes, loneliness scale by Russell. Okay, thank you. Environmental attitude scale, who is telling Dr. Lalita. Okay, thank you. So now I am sharing the screen. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am requesting one by one, please you read. Okay. So we'll read. Ashna, please read. Ashna, is it visible to you? Possibly she is not here. Ayushi?
Sir, I can read. So,
Okay.
applied psychometrics is the study that deals with the quantification and measurement of mental attributes, behavior, performance, and the like, as well as with the design, analysis, and improvement of the tests, questionnaires, and other instruments used in decision making and problem solving. Applied psychometricians can develop new construct and design the research plan to assess the construct, for example, item invariance, differential validity, etc. Now I will be talking about functions of applied psychometrics. First is to construct psychological instruments, manual and computer aided, for assessing psychological constructs in different situations. Second, to review the psychological instruments for measuring available psychological constructs. Third, to apply psychological instruments in different problem-solving areas and formulate theories.
Very good. Voice is clear. Okay, next.
Shall I?
Anindita, please.
Okay.
Applied psychometrics is concerned with the application of psychological theory, techniques, statistical methods, and psychological measurement to applied psychological test development, evaluation, and test interpretation. This compares to more pure or theoretical psychometrics, which focuses on developing new measurement, theories, methods, statistical procedures, etc. An applied psychometrician uses the various theories, tools, and techniques to developed by the more theoretical psychometricians in the actual development, evaluation, and interpretation of psychological tests. By way of analogy, applied psychometrics is to theoretical psychometrics as applied research is to pure research. Job setting, there are various specialty areas wherein applied psychometricians can work as hospital, school, factory, bank, army, and forensic.
Thank you. So is it clear now? The applied psychometrics, the major issues of the applied psychometrics?
Yes.
It is the application of psychological theory, techniques, statistical methods, and everything. So applied psychometrics is another discipline. Okay. Currently, applied psychometrics issues are also dealt by the cognitive scientist, robotic scientists. Okay, by using the machine intelligence technique. Machine learning, artificial intelligence. Now the cognitive scientists, they are studying applied psychometrics. So they are not the psychologist, but they are hiring applied psychometrician to solve the problem. So they are applying the machine learning techniques and apply the artificial intelligence. Possibly Sudhir can share something more. Am I right, Sudhir?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes.
So how you apply the applied psychometrics principles in your succession planning or anything more?
No, I mean,
Selection, training, assessment.
So
Yeah.
there are a lot of systems being developed under the umbrella of competency management, where what happens is, I know when a person joins in, or let's say typically what happens is hiring is done role specific, right? So when you have a role directory, you know what are the specific competencies that are required for a specific role. However, what happens is when a person comes in, you see what is the match between what is it that you require and what is it that person is having. Rather, a complete inventory of the person's competencies is not taken. So there are systems which helps you to map that, and using algorithms which are, as you said, based on the principle of which are based on psychometrics. They try to give you a mix. So, for example, tomorrow there is an opening come up, they will tell you which are the people that I can look at and which of them would be probably a best fit for them. Or tomorrow, if I have I need a head for a specific division, it can give me a list of candidates who it feels are good enough based on their last few years' performance. So that's one application that I can think of.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sudhir. So there is a concept that is the PE fit model. Any idea about the PE fit model? P means person, E means environment. Okay, so the person abilities, aptitude, knowledge, personality, temperament, interest, that should be matched with the job responsibilities in the environment. Okay. Then what will happen? Then the role stress level that will be reduced. Another what we'll think, that is you can select the best person for the specific type of job. Psychometrics principles, they are used in industry, in job analysis. Do you have any idea about the job analysis? Okay, Shudhir, please.
little bit, sir.
Okay, Anindita, okay. Anindita, please.
So in job analysis, the basic outcome is that we understand the structure of the organization, the hierarchy present in the organization, as well as the roles that each of the employees are assigned to and what are the qualifications required to fulfill the optimum work for each role in the organization.
Okay. Shudhir, any idea? Okay. Anybody has any idea about the job analysis?
Sorry,
Anindita has told that is the outcome. So what is job analysis? Any idea?
Yeah, if I could, I couldn't unmute myself. Yeah, so basically job analysis is used to identify the KSA, the knowledge, skills, and the attributes that are required to man specific roles, and also establish criteria for selection, for promotions, I mean your succession planning, and the offshoot of other development activities like learning and, what is your learning plan and how you would be mentored into that role.
Yeah. So two things are there. One is the job specification. Another one is the personnel specification. Is it clear now? So two things are to be collected. One is the job specification. Another one is the personnel specification. For example, you want to be a psychology counselor. Okay. So what will be your job?
Providing counseling and therapy to clients.
Yeah. So providing counseling and therapy. For that reason, which knowledge is required?
Basic therapeutic structures and approaches.
Yeah, the knowledge about. Yes, Dr. Lolita, knowledge about. Okay. So the knowledge about the ability, knowledge about aptitude, knowledge about personality. Okay. So about all of them, you should have the knowledge. And you should have the knowledge about the different principles of psychotherapy, different principles of counseling, individual counseling, group counseling, all those things are very important. And the most important part is the applied psychometrics. Why? Because in the counseling situation, okay, you can customize the psychological instrument as per your need. Okay? That means applied psychometrics is very, very useful in every area. Can anybody tell me why applied psychometrics is useful in forensic psychology?
I guess it is done to know the if suppose if someone is a criminal, so we have to know about the mental state, that whether the crime has been done in the due to any illness or it is the intentional move of that person.
Okay. Not only the criminal identification, but something more. What is that?
In rehabilitation of juveniles or anyone who's in prison system, things like that.
Yes, rehabilitation, definitely. Another most important part is the competency to stand trial. This is the most important issue in case of the forensic psychology. Competency to stand trial. That means maybe one schizophrenic patient has been identified as the offender. Okay? And whether that schizophrenic patient has enough competency to understand the judgment? No. Or if the offender has some minimal brain damage. Okay. Therefore, whether the offender can follow all the legal proceedings? No. Therefore, competency to stand trial, this is vital in case of the forensic psychology. Okay?
Yes.
In RPRIT, we are teaching forensic psychology. We have the course of forensic psychology, and in the IAP conference, our paper on competency to stand trial, the literature review, it has been accepted. So in the IAP conference, we will present one paper. Okay. So today, I think you have understood the basic, the difference between what is psychology and applied psychology. You have understood psychometrics and applied psychometrics. You have understood how applied psychometrics support in case of the clinical area, in case of the psychiatric field, in case of health psychology, in case of forensic psychology, educational psychology, and environmental psychology. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me. Is it clear to all of you, or if you have any question? If you do not have question, then I will ask you, and you have to answer.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Sure, Rusman.
Sir, how applied psychometrics is used in, psychometrics is used in parapsychology?
Oh, parapsychology. That is the psychometry. Parapsychology follows the principle of probability. Okay. So parapsychology follows the principle of probability. For example, during the planchette, all the students, all the participants, they are touching on particular inanimate object. So that is the this type of thing is there to get some of the correct answer out of the ghost. I do not know. So it is totally a different concept of parapsychology. Or suppose I am remembering you. and you are also remembering me. So what is the probability? Okay, for example, it is very simple. Maybe you know that is we are always meeting each other at 8 a.m. So there is a high probability that is I can expect your presence at 8 a.m. in the meeting. Okay.
Okay, sir. Just asked because of the curiosity, sir.
Okay, thank you. That is not our area. That is totally the psychometry, and the people they are dealing with the psychometry, they can tell you much more about it. Okay, so if you have no question, then I can ask you the question. What is psychology? What do you mean by the study of mind? What do you mean by the study? In psychology, we are using, okay, study of mind. So what do you mean by the study of mind?
One way in which you can understand study is by applying various research techniques to understand the processes of the mind or the behavior or why the behavior occurs.
Okay, so few things are there. Number one, understanding psychological construct. Understanding characteristics of psychological construct. For example, intelligence. So you are studying the different characteristics of intelligence by using the intelligence test. Okay. So you are trying to understand the characteristics of psychological construct, intelligence. Number one. Number two, what factors are contributing change in the psychological construct? So what factors? That means you are trying to explore the independent variables. Okay. Maybe the genetic factors are contributing for the change in intellectual function. That means the genetic factors are the independent variable. Is it clear now? So two things are over. Number three, what is the consequence of the change in psychological construct? That means you are studying the dependent variable. Suppose I am gifted. I have very high intelligence level. Okay, so what is the consequence for that reason? And number four, how can you predict the change in mental function? How can you predict the change in mental function based on the mental testing data? Based on mental testing data, how can you predict? So four things are there. Number one, to understand the characteristics of psychological construct. Number two, to identify the predictors of psychological construct. Number three, to find out the consequence of psychological construct outcome. Another one, to predict the change in psychological construct based upon the mental test as well as its interaction with the environment, etc. So is it clear? Any question? So I am requesting all of you, you go to the Google Classroom, whether you have joined the Google Classroom.
Yes, we have.
So please, there is one classwork. You will find the material, and please do introduce whatever. So please do introduce yourself in the material, number one. Number two, there will be some assignment. So what is discussed today, please do write in the assignment section. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Anusri and Rose, do you want to share something?
No, sir.
No, sir. I am requesting all of you, please follow the Google Classroom. There will be all the updates and all over the assignment in the material section.
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, sir, do we have assignment on each class? Each and
I
every
think
class?
that is better, no? It is always better. Then
Okay,
you
sir.
can understand.
Okay, then we
Otherwise
are
you will
going to have.
forget.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise you will forget, because the our famous model, I think Atkinson-Shiffrin's model, na? Short-term memory, long-term memory. What is the?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is basically the practical. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
So you have to facilitate your short-term memory repeatedly. Then it will be in the long-term memory. And if it is in long-term memory, then it will be used in near future. Otherwise, when the problem will come up, at that time you cannot find out which type of discussion or which type of materials are required for solving your problem. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So now I am requesting all of you, please you open your video so that we can see each other. Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you, Rose. Anindita, Anusri. Jaya, please. Jaya Lakshmi. Nahana. Sudhir. Dr. Renu Bala, Roman Atinu, please open your video. We will take one photo. I am requesting all of you, please. Dr. Mrs. Renu Bala, Mithu Mondal, Roman. Okay, thank you. Mrs. Renu Bala, please you open. Kavita Singh, please you open. This is also applied psychometrics. Hello, Roman and Mrs. Renu Bala, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
So please you open your video. Okay. Now, Renu Bala, when I will tell you close, then you will close. Renu Bala, are you here? Dr. Kavita Singh, hello, Kavita Singh, you are not visible. Little bit. Okay, thank you. One sec, I have to check. Okay. So I'm requesting Mona Lisa, please you start the prayer.
Okay.
Concluding prayer.
Please close your hands. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnascha Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisyate. Om Santi Santi Santi. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So next we will meet on Monday. Okay.